Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we are all hearing the message of the Shad Goswamis. The Shad Goswamis always performed bhajan in Sri Vrindavan Dham. The glories of Vrinda Devi are enormous. Vrinda Devi always looks to see what your desire is and what you like. A child may disobey his parents, refuse to go to school, and engage in many mischievous activities. Still, the parents can never forget him. He does not do anything and only destroys everything. One day, when the boy's mind changes, he thinks, I'll go to school, learn a trade, will respect my parents. On that day, the parents will be so happy, and all other neighbors, villagers, and what to talk of, only neighbors, villagers, and all the other citizens will also be happy. All conditioned souls are in Maya moving throughout the 84 lakh species. Now, of life in different countries, planets, and environment, such as in the water, air, and land. There, they fight and kill each other, but they never want to change. The selfishness is there. Selfishness is there because of that. They do like that. Everyone comes to the dham, that is the Vraja, Vrindavan dham, and pray to her. So, for help. So, even great devotees they prayed, and after that they got the blessings. So, by mercy of God, one receives shelter of bona fide Guru. So, so in this way, Vrinda Devi teaches us first to respect her followers. A guru would teach the child first to touch the feet of his parents and respect the parents. Guru would say, "Your parents have helped you from advancing. Respect them." When a lady comes, Guru would say, "Respect your husband. He maintains you and takes care of you. If you neglect him, how will you be ever happy?" This is the first etiquette. We should understand how to give proper respect to the guardians and maintainers. From him, the flow of his happiness will come, and then we get the willpower from them. If you think that you can neglect everyone and that you're everything, everyone is meant to serve you, then you cannot enter this path of service. That is seva. That is not possible there. In order to have seva, one everyone is has to be anugatya. So if you want service and seva, then you have to have a anugatya. Then we should not insult anyone they see. And Maya means Maya. Otherwise, the Maya will show her power, and therefore Rupa Goswami teaches us to follow the Anukulena Krishnanushilanam. Anukul means what is favorable for the happiness of Krishna. How can we learn from what is this? First, we should give proper respect to all the jivas, even an ant. Samman, respect all and then do not expect anything in return, they say. So these are all the qualities that one must have before they can, you know, think of anything called as service. So Prabhupada was alone. Srila Prabhupada, Swami Prabhupada, they say. Some call him Swami Prabhupada. He was all alone. No one was with him when he began preaching. But God arranges everything because of the purity of their desire and their hearts. We should think like this and consider how to follow this pathway. This is the real teaching. If we follow this teaching, then we'll have no tension in life. So, if you're already following the right thing, then why you should be tensed? Those who cannot follow the right thing and do certain things to, they try to cover up, they get tensed because they are worried of. Then they will get worried about the results because they have done something which was not supposed to be done, and now they are trying to patch up because they're expecting what the results should be and what results will come. So unable to determine the results, and then they are a little worried because you have done something to achieve something, and that is why they are tensed. So you better not to do such things which will give you which will make you tensed, and even the other people worry about you. The other people doesn't worry about getting tense. They worry about you. So you should not be put people in trouble and make them worry about you for no reason. That is what the Guru Varga teaches. Now, so, in this way, uh, when we get the blessings of Vrinda Devi, then we will be fine. And in this way, we will be fine and we can get service. So, um, we see in the Leelas how the Brajvasis serve, how they serve Radharani, how they cook, they help Radharani cook for Krishna and all such things. So whatever Radharani suggests they cook, go ahead and cook for Krishna. So Krishna for the Brajvasi, they use clay pots. Nowadays we use Instapot, rice cookers, and the tawas made from clay for the chapatis. And we also use the clay pots to milk the cows. So once Varadharani she cooked some sweet rice, and the Durvas Muni he said make some malpua also. So the Vrajvasis they made some few inches thick and few feet wide malpua. In Jagannath Puri also we get this sweet dessert. So in Jagannath Puri they are like for 300 or 400 rupees. So from America, whenever you go to Jagannath Puri, you should not miss eating this malpua because they serve it with rabdi in Jagannath Puri. And in Braj Mandal you get these big chapatis that are 2 feet wide and thin like paper. That romali, and it's not like romali roti, it is some special chapati which is 2 feet wide. And they cook it very little, very thin, really very thin. So so Srimati Radharani cooked malpua and kheera and sheer. What is that? Kheer. Malpua and kheer, and there was a son. She served him, and he ate and ate and ate. And when there was little left, he smeared it all on his body and on the on his deadlocks and on his dreadlocks and beard and over his body. In this way, he took it within and without. So, and he blessed Radharani. He said, whenever you cook by your hands, it is like a nectar, and I'll give you a boon. Because you have fed me, I'll be very strong and long lived. So he gave a boon to Radharani that you cook will make the life of one who eats it successful and long, and he'll always be healthy and full of strength. Then he began to dance and chant Radharani's name. He said, may you be glorified, O Radharani. He went all the way up to Brahmalu, passing by the Bhur, Bhuvar, Swarg, Maharjan, Tapalok, and everywhere he went, he glorified Radharani. He told everyone, sing the glories of Radharani. By her mercy, you can get Amrit, immortal nectar. Amrit is not in heaven, that is Swarga. It is in the land of Shrimati, that is the city where Shrimati Radharani lives. So like this she was blessed. And uh, uh, so she doesn't cook for herself, isn't it? When you cook, you don't cook for yourself. You When you cook for others, it is a great joy. So Shrimati Radharani is cooking for Krishna. And uh, she and she after cooking, what she does, she offers pranam to the cook, and she's supreme goddess, but she herself respects all the helpers, the mothers, the manjaris, the kinkris, and her grandmothers, and she prays to everyone and says, I'll now go and begin cooking, please bless me. So that is how she begins her service of cooking. So she's the highest personality in all of existence, but she follows this etiquette of giving respect to everyone. If you want anything called as success, then you must offer respect to those who are deserving around you, and they're, elder to you. So, like this, she first, isn't that great? So like this, she cooks and offers the pranam before cooking, before starting to cook, and seeks the blessings of the elder that please bless me. And everyone now. Then what happens? Krishna, she serves to Krishna, and then his remnants are distributed among the devotees. Who are the devotees here? Radharani, Sakis, and Manjaris. So everyone cannot digest this great mercy. Those who do not have faith and respect for the for the prasad that is offered by Radha Rani as a prasad, the remnants of Krishna, they are like snakes touching milk with their tongue and thus making it poisonous. So, if you give Krishna Prasad to envious people who are like serpents without faith, then they will become stronger than demons instead of changing. So this is the bottleneck here. We feel that we are serving and we are giving, but the results sometimes are not visible. So here it is being said that if you give it to the wrong people, the mercy to the wrong people who are like serpents without faith, then they will become stronger than demons instead of changing. That is what is being that expressed here, that they become stronger than demons. Now we should give them so that is what we should give them honey, and drinking this they will be happy. So they so these are all the pastimes of Srimati Radharani. And what does she cook? She cooks many items. She cooks pakoras, the pakoras, then the rabdi and kheer, and many sweets and savories, and the preparations that they make for Krishna on special occasions exceed that of the Govardhan, the Annakut festival. Yashoda Maya enters the kitchen, and then she is surprised that I do not have any ingredients. How come you have cooked so many things? So, and they invite all of the people of the Raja. So such a beautiful pastimes when there are no grains, and when there are no enough ingredients, from where this ingredients come, and then who cooked, and it was Radharani's mercy. So when prasad is ready, the many sages come down, and then they on different swans, and they land at these all places of Braja on the at the bottom of the hill of the Krishna's palace, that is Nanda Bhavan. And on the four sides of the Bhavan, millions of people sit for prasadam, everyone overjoyed. Krishna himself comes out and gives everyone darshan. So in this way, the Radharani's prasadam, and this is all is possible because Srimati Radharani is blessed by Durvasa Muni because of how she served him with great respect. So, serving prasadam with great respect is uttermost necessary. We cannot just stand there and, when we serve prasadam, we cannot be diverted here and there. If the mind is scattered, you're looking here and there and then serving, then that is not any service. So first thing when we go in the kitchen, we should offer pranam and pre that to Shrimati Radharani that this is your place. You will do everything. I have come to take your shelter, and please accept my pranam. And if we follow in this way, then we can have a nice feast ready. So there will not be any concern about the quantities and the distribution. So she'll give knowledge all inside the mind. You will not need any the calculator. You should just pray to Radharani every morning whenever whatever you cooked throughout the whole day will be tasty and lovely. This will not be for you, me. This will be for Krishna. This is not for us. It is for Krishna and all his followers. Then when you eat in this way, and not for the sake of taste, so you will get inspiration in your bhajan, bhakti, japa, chanting, whatever, seva or service. So this connection is important. It is the affection which leads to attachment. Then your life can develop and you can learn the anavatya. But if you don't follow any words, how can you be a follower? So you should follow. You follow nothing. You have to desire to follow, and you have no ability to follow. You are very proud and green. What do you think? You are a princess, king, queen, or a prince. The pride only keeps you at a distance from the spiritual happiness, which is the real happiness. So once what happened? When Srimati Radharani cooked, a bird came and sat on her hand, and she then fed the bird with her own hand, and um, she gave the some fruit seeds to the bird. and he ate it and then spoke to Radharani. And so this such beautiful pastimes are there. So she knows the language of all the beings. Yeah, isn't it? So that word spoke to Radharani in his own private language. He sat and ate some fruit seeds and then said, "I'm going." And then he was telling Radharani where he's going to, and to drink some honey from that place. So this honey is only for Krishna, the or the Shyamasundar, as you many of the people in the Braja know. So the nectar, the nectarian honey from flowers, and especially those flowers, the special flowers of Vrindavan. So I have not seen any flowers like that, but I've read in the books. So these flowers have the special honey that is being collected, which nourishes the mood of the devotees. So in this way, the um, beautiful pastimes of Srimati Radharani is described, and Radharani said, "I would like to hear the glories of what Yashoda Mata said to, oh Radharani, please take rest now." And after the whole thing was over, and she said, "I would like to hear the glories of the prashadam cooked by the devotees, that is about, and the Brajvasis." So, so after prasadam, they are discussing the glories of prasadam. So we should know that after taking prasadam, we should not do any kind of extra, the over activities. It is not respectful to the prasadam. It makes you do anything. You should also know that if you don't glorify Krishna after taking prasadam, it will make you a cheater, and you take everything. Cheater, you take everything, but you do not respect anything. You take everything, but you do not say that you have given everything because of your mercy. Everything has come. So this will come with practice. It will not come instantly, because it is a two-way. It is not just one way. So there has to be confidence in the other person. It has to be, there has to be confidence in you, and so on. So people do not praise the one who cannot praise others for their any task, cannot go ahead like that. So similarly, we have to glorify the Lord. Otherwise, you become a cheater, and then it's like stealing and enjoying from the Lord's kingdom. So you should think about the Lord's kindness that He has given you prasadam. You should not talk while taking, and you should have respect for it, and for the respect for the remnants of the Lord. And after that, you have to glorify the remnants of prasada. Without glorifying, how can you make a relationship? So that is being said here, and then you should know how to glorify and know who to and when to glorify. You cannot glorify at any time without any meaning. So yeah, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there is a pastime about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, how he once glorified the prasadam. And Nityanand Prabhu also knows this, and there was one of the pastime with the one of the Goswamis also, and it is said that you have to take prasadam and become like, they say that with buffaloes and sheep, and then sleep. So he or so Nityanand Prabhu just ordered everyone, take prasadam up to your neck and don't leave room for air, water, or anything. Take prasadam up to your neck and then do the sankirtan. This is the proper way to honor the prasadam. And when you take the prasad, you should chant Harinam afterwards and glorify prasad. So that is how we have to say. So after after Srimati Radharani finishes cooking prasadam, everyone from the around places, they join in kirtan, dance in joy, and then even the Muni danced in ecstatically, and his dreadlocks began to spin around like a tornado. So this rishi wore a dress like a dancer and began to whirl around. All the sages danced in great bliss after the prasadam, and while kirtan was going on, Radharani went to her temple and with Krishna, and she returns to, and then again she returns, and then these are all the beautiful pastimes, and we have to remember this in this way, that we should not just eat prasadam and then drool in the taste of it, like whether it was spicy, sweet, or whatever, and which spices were there. So that's not the proper way to honor Once you have a prasadam, then you should feel that the Lord's mercy is coming to me. It has come to me in some way. Otherwise, what would have happened? So that is the glory of for the pastance of Shrimati Radharani. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.